Hi everyone, it's Sabrina Jean. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this video reading for today. I'm going to tune into the universal powers that be to retrieve for you what it wants you to be aware of. So what's going on? You might be wondering what's going on in the universe or what's going on in the earth. Right now, there is so much that is going on that we cannot see. But if you're a subscriber to my Pick a Card channel, I know that you feel these things deeply because I do too. We resonate with these deeper sensitivities. And so, honestly, there's something that you're feeling that you may not be able to understand or describe. And this is the purpose of this reading for today, to bring through some messages for all of you. Message from the universe. So I am showcasing some of my crystals today. This is my lovely, amazing smoky quartz, my green calcite crystal, the magnificent Super 7, and the Herkimer diamond are all sponsoring these messages for today. So what is it the universe wants you to know? What does the universe want all of us to know? Here, I'm going to dive in and get some more specific messages. However, if you check my community tab, my other YouTube channel, and the free content that I post on Patreon, you will get a better idea as to what all is happening in, well, as far as humanity and consciousness and our individual lives as well. So tuning into the universe first. What does the universe wants you to know the most? Here, I want to start with this deck. So on a collective level, because we're all humans having a shared experience, technically. The adventure. I heard, so how many of you saw the movie? Oh, dang, now I forgot the name of the movie. I'm so bad. The one with Jodie Foster and Matthew McConaughey. One of my favorite movies ever. And the madman scientist millionaire asks Jodie Foster's character, "You want to go for a ride?" And this is the image that I got when I pulled this card. And I can't believe, so the name of the movie has just lost me. Maybe that's good because I don't want, to like infringe on copyrights or anything like that. But, oh, it's Contact. Duh. Okay. Sometimes it takes me a minute. Amazing movie if you haven't already watched that. So, are you ready for an adventure? This is an earth adventure, by the way. Your soul chose to come here and embody this human physical form for particular experiences. Some of these experiences are reasons you may know, and many of you may not have any idea why you are here, and maybe you're still pondering the meaning of the universe, too. So it's funny that we're all here on the earth and we want to escape and return to the universe where everything just is. And then the universe collectively is so intensely watching each and every one of us, each and every one of you, to see what you're going to do, if you're going to play your role or your part in this magnificent transition and awakening that's happening on the planet. For the record, I know that there are many channels that declare timelines and deadlines, but Ascension has no deadline, by the way, so please try not to allow anyone's content to cause you to fear, because that's not what the universe's intention is. The universe is intending to wake you up, to empower you, to allow you to tap into that unconditional love and that higher consciousness, which is yourself. It is your soul. So there's nothing to fear, and everything is always working with you in perfect divine alignment and timing with you every day, every moment, one day at a time. So very important. I think what's also very important are the questions that you ask of yourself or your guides or your universe. Because when you have the right questions and you're ready to take responsibility and action towards these things, really all you need to do is ask, and the answer will find you. It will come to you. That's why there's the saying, what you seek is seeking you. I'm ready to go on an adventure. Honestly, I'm almost always ready to go on an adventure, by the way. I love to travel. I love exploring different locations and environments. So I was talking about that while I was shuffling the cards, and I'm not sure if this is going to be an authentic message. Divas. Let's pull another one of these. What does the universe want you to know? Oh, no, this is perfect. So you're becoming your own diva, your avatar. You have the potential to become your own diva. And, if you don't like the term diva, you can use sovereign, you can use magnificent intelligence, you can use master, you can use Merlin, you can use whatever term you like. You are here to master this personality that you were born into with your astrology, your numerology, your birthday. You are transforming things. You are empowering things. You are transmuting things. Wow. Interesting how that just rolled out and flipped over. Interesting. So you are here to cut ties from past lives and enter into a divine union. Honestly. Here, let me put this up here. I can't raise these because the light is going to cast a glare and you won't be able to see. And these do have sacred geometry in them. This is the Talisman Oracle for those of you who are interested. Okay. You are here to ascend. Ascension happens only through the earth experience. Thank you, universe, for sharing that. Or that came from the masters. I do align with the ascended masters. I think I always have in some sort of way, whether like in the past I wasn't consciously aware that I was communicating with the ascended masters. And of course, my ego self just thought, well, that's just me. I'm just so intelligent that I can figure all these things out. But no, any brilliant epiphany is usually channeled to you from your spirit guides or your higher self. So, let's put this down here. Stranger curiosity. This showed up in yesterday's pick a card reading, didn't it? Right. So ask questions about what you cannot see. What is the reason for this? Why am I feeling this? How is this a part of my spiritual path and purpose? What do I need to know about abundance? How is abundance showing up for me in my life right now? But what are some of the things that we are working with or working through? Of course, the divine matrix is not only the construct that is the earth, but it's the construct of, the entire universe as well. Wow, pardon me that someone's doing some sort of construction nearby. That's what that is. Oh my gosh, so thank you, noise. We're here to work through the distortions that are blocking us, preventing us from aligning with and connecting with the divine matrix, which is the universal forces, the universal energies. Technically, what is a distortion? Anything in your human body is a filter, and it's filtering you to have this very unique and specific experience in this lifetime based on your birthday credentials, of course, and your timelines. The filters are what block. They prevent you from seeing through the facade because of your physical filters. And so the more you can transmute, the more you're going to be able to tune into more of the 5D element and energy, which is where we start building and making our dreams come true. So the human body is also going to limit perceptions. It's going to limit clairvoyancies. It's going to, we all choose, our soul chose to come here, and we chose our human bodies and our family and our upbringing and our society because we're learning to deal with the noise and the distortion to remember our true self and the powers that we have to master this ascension process. It's interesting. I paused the video to go check to see what that noise was coming from, what they were doing outside, and then it stopped. So the challenge is real to disconnect from the external noise, but external noise, anything that's in your environment or on the earth, is actually the sound of consciousness. It's life. It's the noise of life on the earth. So I want to pull some more cards for us. I want to use this deck. So what is it that most are not necessarily seeing right now? Or let me bring this around here. Because honestly, if you enjoy my YouTube channel, you enjoy that kind of content, and so you're probably curious too. But what is it that we're blindfolded. We're not able to see. Oh, dang. Let me fix the light. I see that. Wait. Okay, that's better. Do you see what I see? So there's a blindfold, but here you have the diva with the crystal in the third eye, the pineal gland, the pituitary gland, and the blindfold. So the blindfold eyes is the physical senses that aren't necessarily unable to see, because technically the 5D isn't something that can be seen. Well, I'm sure there are some intuitives or some mystics that see the 5D, but I have not experienced that. I can feel it. I sense it. It's always confirming things for me through physical sensation, but I don't ever actually see what is there around me in my daily reality. And so there are some spiritualists that say, your angels, the spirit guides are all around you. They're with you all of the time. But, most of us just can't see that. Oh my gosh. And we can't necessarily see how we always have everything that we need. We're being guided. We're protected. Because, of course, our soul is here having the human experience. And the soul never dies. So part of a lot of the shifts in consciousness happening on the planet right now are the merging of timelines. And it's the ending of the past lives, the past life stories, and the beginning of the new age, whatever you want to call this. However, there are many that are waking up to their spiritual truth and their higher truth and purpose right now, because it is intended for them to realize that they, in this human body, are an eternal soul that never dies. It only transitions, it expands, it grows, it evolves. And since in the universe, when the soul is there experiencing the universal environment, everything just is. Why? Because it has already happened. Everything that has ever happened that is possible to happen has already happened. And we are here in this timeline experiencing, based on our birthday credentials, exactly what our soul chose to come here to experience and to navigate. This is why we have cycles. This is why we have astrology. This is why we have patterns and timelines. This is why we have challenges. So the soul chose to have these challenges, and it's really just the physical mind or body that thinks that this is it. This human life is it, and then when I get old, I will be no more. But that is not necessarily the absolute truth. So a lot of people are waking up to the fact, and if you are in a process of waking up to your true higher self, your diva self, you're also going to start recognizing how you always have everything that you need. You have enough money, you have enough food, you have enough shelter, you have enough health to pursue whatever your life path lessons and challenges are. So in a nutshell, you are abundant, you just don't see it. Your physical mind is limited, so it may not believe it. And that causes disruption or distortion in your emotions, which aggregate fears of a loss of control, and that causes health problems. And it's like a spiraling effect until it gets to a point it's so extreme, you're like, oh, I can't take it anymore. Like, show me how to heal. How do I release this? How do I let go? Rise above, connect with my higher self, or the masters, or Merlin, or, the magician. How do I become that all master self? This is what the universe wants you to know. In fact, I think the Ascended Masters probably want you to know this. So are you ready to go on an adventure? Will you choose the adventure and to explore? Follow your curiosity, not your mind or your ego, because that's just going to keep you in the collective mindset of the sheep, or thinking that you have to have power and control over certain things in your life, where although that is still the truth for some, it is not still the truth for all. There are many of us who are slipping through the cracks, so to speak, beyond society, beyond general public rule. And we are individually, one by one, waking up and coming back online and recognizing our true divinity, even while still in the human body. So you don't have to die to ascend. Ascension happens whenever you choose it. So let's pull some more cards. What else should we know right now at this time? Asking the Ascended Masters, universe, or, what other masters want to share information. Right. So this influence and the snake to some is scary as well. Humanity has been under a collective influence. We've been experiencing a collective shadow period for thousands and thousands of years, being held in the black and white, unable to see our true selves. Oh, and so the Libra message here is saying we are now in the process of freeing ourselves and remembering our sovereignty, remembering our truth and our true power, which is, in fact, that we have more power over our reality than anybody else on the planet. Right. Recognition. The number 10 would be identity. Hold your own vision. Relationships. So interesting, we've got Mercury and Venus here with Libra energy. And what? Equality, right? Fair practices, that sort of thing. And then Capricorn. So we are all, if you're watching this video, you are also part of we're all in this new collective energy where the individual personal power is more powerful than the global or the country or the government. But these are choices that you make in your own privacy to empower yourself and reclaim power and control over your life, your reality, your abundance, You start attracting all of the things that you actually need in order to explore your life path theme, which again is your birthday, your astrology, your numerology. You can do all of these things on your own and build. So at this time, the ones who are awakening and empowering themselves, and the new ones who are being born in this century, we're starting with this decade. It probably started in the 2000s, I would think, are here to build, well, the new earth, technically. Whenever that happens, the new earth building begins once all that other superpower, higher stuff collapses, or once it's taken down. But it starts with each of us individually, right? From removing ourselves from that societal expectation, and we choose to start living life on our own, starting our own businesses, practices, right? Homesteading, growing food, sharing with one another, that sort of thing. But not everyone is having the same awakening experience, and so this is also important to know, because part of the things that happens when we wake up to the truth of life and reality is that we want to help everyone else, and we assume everyone else is waking up too, but that is not necessarily the case. The earth is having to maintain a balance, because remember, we have duality on the earth, and so the earth has to sustain its healthy balance while it is going through its ascension as well to get harmony in the heavens. So yeah, there are many that are waking up to that influence, and they're tuning into the higher frequencies, which is the light. And so the more of us that turn on the light and we tune into the higher frequencies, we respect one another, we honor one another, we see one another. The more these light bulbs, if you want to, turn online within the human or the new perception. This is what we're all waiting for right now to help happen on the planet. We're waiting for more light bulbs. But remember, each individual is a sovereign soul here having their own unique experience. There are many that are experiencing the complete opposite of you. They're experiencing terrible things, and there's a reason for that as well. But it doesn't mean that if you feel a victim, if you have the power to rise above that and heal yourself and step back into the light, then this is what you came here to do. It's part of your purpose. But remember, others have their own lives and lessons and challenges in their soul's evolution that we cannot even begin to try and understand, because that's what came in with their particular birthday sequence and timelines. So I know as much as we want to save everyone else or help everyone else, or we want everyone else to get us or to know, to agree with us, it's also important when you become more sovereign and aligned with your highest self, you're no longer going to need to get that confirmation from anything beyond your own self. Okay. Yeah, so secrets being revealed. So these are also subconscious. Honestly, recently I was watching something, I don't remember what it was, but they were talking about coming into a higher alignment with your spiritual, or like aligning your spiritual body. So choosing your spiritual body to have complete power and control over your earth experience, meaning your physical body and your emotions and your mind and the stress and the anxiety, the physical, the emotional, the mental, doesn't have as much power as your spiritual self does, your sovereignty. And I just recorded some stuff talking about this in other videos, so be sure and check out the community tab if you want to watch those videos. But the point I was making a second ago is that when we're stuck in our physical human version of ourselves, or we think that we're that victim, physical, emotional, mental, and we're looking for ways out without asking the spiritual body to come in and empower us through our solar plexus chakra. We're only tuning into the information that we already have held in our mind and our brain, and also that came in from our past lives, which is what keeps us stuck and unable to heal. So it's very important to align with your higher, to call it in, to do your meditations, and to allow your spiritual body to, well, embody your spiritual self. And allow it to guide you through your daily choices. Because your spiritual body has all of the information that you don't currently have access to in your physical experience. Okay, now I know why I was thinking you want to go for a ride right from that movie with this adventure card. So the journey is real. I'm like, who's that knocking? Who's that knocking? Is that your spirit calling you? All right, well, I've already gone like way beyond what I was expecting, but I did intend to connect with the higher ups. So really important information for everyone. Do feel free to listen through this all again, because it does describe specific instructions on how to navigate this. So in the least, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button. I'm starting an Ascension Mastery class on Patreon if you're interested in mastering your ascension process. Be sure and come check it out. There's information about that you can get as, well, yeah, in public for free to get more information about that. And as usual, I still offer private readings, so have a wonderful day. My links for everything are in the description box, and I will see you in another video. Bye now.